News Radio 102.9 KARN. First News, Kevin Miller joined by Congressman French Hill. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Kevin.
Thank you for being here. Las Vegas, your thoughts on what happened there?
Well, it was horrible. It was a massacre. It was just a demonstration of evil. Evil is a reality, and showed itself again. It reminded me of the Oklahoma City bombing situation, just sheer disbelief back in 1995. And my thoughts and prayers are continued with the victims. And, Val, what stories of heroism, of people rushing to help people that didn't even know they're trapped in the venue. So my hat's off to the police and the hospital and first responders, but it was a great tragedy.
We know we were looking at a man that was very deranged, a very sick mind. But with that said, does Congress need to look at options to keep people safer, to keep maybe guns out of the hands of people like this, and work to prevent these types of events?
Well, we need to make sure guns are out of the hands of criminals, terrorists, people who are mentally ill. We need to enforce those laws on the books. We've got to do the investigation here and find out what is the circumstances with his mental health. How did he get those guns? How did he amass that amount of firepower and get it into the hotel? But when you look at these great massacres, these tragedies, mental health is always, I don't want to say always, is more often than not at the root of it, and that's one reason why I was so supportive of passing the mental health bill last year, because our country for 35 years has not done a good job in finding, treating, and monitoring people with mental health. And I just, every time I see one of these things, that's where my first thought goes, is people getting the treatment they need.
Kevin Miller with Congressman French Hill, News Radio 102.9 KARN. Congressman, did the president assign or remove information about people that would allow people with mental issues to get firearms? Didn't this just happen recently?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
All right. I want to get your perspective on tax reform. And just, excuse me, outside of being a congressman, you've got the financial background here, your expertise and your perspective on what needs to be done involving tax reform.
Well, we need two things. One, on our business tax system, our corporation tax system. We have one of the highest in the world. We have got to reform it and make it more competitive so that companies here can compete around the world. Two, that we bring business back to the United States where our companies have exited the U.S. for favorable tax treatment abroad, and we encourage foreigners to bring business here and set up businesses here. So first and foremost, let's get our business taxation system competitive, encouraging investment, which will encourage economic growth and more jobs. Secondly, let's increase simplification. People spend 6 billion hours trying to fill out their tax forms in this country every year, and I think we should do that by collapsing the rates for personal taxation and giving a tax break to people who work and pay into the tax system up and down the income ladder. That will increase aspiration, and that will also create opportunities for people to keep more of their own money and invest it in their family or education or doing what they need to do.
Kevin Miller, along with Congressman French Hill, thank you very much for your time this morning, sir.
My best, Kevin. Thanks.